right, hello wine-drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and I'm always happy to see suppliers that have Burgundy in their hand. And, you know, Vineyard Brands is a company we've been doing business with for a long time. They've got a lot of great producers from Burgundy. These 2011s have got a lovely forward charm to them. Another very good vintage from Burgundy. I don't know, say like a cross between 2009 and 2010 because they don't really have the fruit intensity of 2009 and the ripe tannins. They do have nice fruit in them, though, and they have fresh qualities of the 2010s, but they don't have the structure that the 2010s do. So a vintage that you want to drink on the early side, I think, but the top wines of 2011, you know, from the great producers, outstanding, and they're going to age in your cellar fairly well as well. This 2011 Jean-Marc Boillot Volnay. They use a little bit of new oak here, 40%. They destem all of their wines. The average age of the vines here are 40 years old. It's a great small domain. This wine's got a lot of nice spice to the black raspberry fruit, hints of smoke and black truffle, like earthy notes. Bright and fresh on the tongue with a nice zest and spice to the finish. Silky smooth tannins here, really nicely balanced. This wine's still very forward and seductive on the second day. Excellent juice at 43.50. Mongeard, Mugneret, Sauvignon Le Bon, Les Narbatons, which is a Premier Cru. And some of the best values you'll find in Burgundy, Premier Cru, Sauvignon Le Bon. Raspberry and strawberry-like fruit here. Some fresh mint and exotic oriental spice. Dried floral notes. Really pretty bouquet. Sauvignon Le Bon has a nice zest to the palate here. A little more on the austere side. Some good grip here. Gravelly, minerally notes. Fine tannins. A bit dry at the end, but nice fruit here to balance things out. Still a bit tightly wound here, even on the second day. Excellent juice at 47 1/4. Henri Gouges, Louis St. George, his wines have got a little bit of that earthy, barnyardy character to them. Wild strawberry, black raspberry fruit here. Nice amount of that fresh, plowed earth, barnyardy, truffly notes. Some minty notes here as well. Louis St. George, a village with 40-some-odd Premier Crus. No Grand Crus, but the wines are very big. A firm wine on the tongue. This wine's got fine acidity. A bit dry and chalky on the finish, even on the second day. A bit of funk here as well, which we like that in our Pinot Noir from Burgundy. We like it a little funky. And some nice acidity here, brightening and freshening things up the end. Excellent juice at 62 1/4. Vincent Girardin, Pommard, Le Vignots. This is just a Lieu D. And we're going from the Côte de Nuits back to the Côte de Beaune here. Pommard usually produces a really strong and powerful wine. This wine's got some dried floral and exotic spice notes to that black cherry and black raspberry fruit. Nice vanilla spice there as well. Nice concentration, forward and seductive on the nose. A big and astringent wine on the palate, though. Layers of that dark and red berry fruit, and the game-like quality showing up here, which echoes that in the finish, very long, echoing the nuance from the nose there. Excellent version of the Pommard at $54. The Gevrey Chambertin Le Cazetiers. This is a very high-level wine. A lot of people feel like this is Gevrey Chambertin. This village, Premier Cru, could be, you know, considered Grand Cru status in great vintages, and an array of exotic spices here on the nose, black raspberry fruits and green mint and floral notes, very forward and seductive bouquet of aromas, very generous wine on the palate, with an array of dark and red berry fruit, exotic spices, and wonderful freshness here to the finish, long floral laced and with spice, $99. All right, well, the Echezeaux, the big boy, up next, and well, for a few dollars more, you get Grand Cru Burgundy here. This wine had a host of exotic spice. Mongeard, Mugneret, the producer, floral, sandalwood, some earthy notes to that dark cherry, exotic spices, black truffle, a lovely bouquet of aromas lifting from the glass, big and chewy on the tongue, but still quite fine and elegant here. Really smooth and silky tannins, ripe fruit, a lot of that spice and exotic floral notes from the nose showing through on the finish, really long and layered. This wine needs some time. My favorite wine of the bunch, most excellent juice. And then off to the Loire Valley here, a little bit of Cabernet Franc to finish things off from Untitled LeFlaive. And this is a project from Domaine LeFlaive in Burgundy. That's the name, LeFlaive. It's 100% Cabernet Franc, biodynamically farmed. You get a very distinct earthy quality of this, a black earth, a dried tobacco, black pepper spice, blackberry and blueberry fruit. Really nice bouquet, very distinct, the wines in the Loire Valley. And this wine had a lovely minty, peppery spice to the finish here, along with zesty acidity and a lot of that dark berry fruit here. This wine's got a lot of tannins, but a lot of acidity here. Wonderful balance, really juicy fruits, really big little monstrous wine at $49.50. That's what I had to drink with our friends from Vineyard Brands. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.